Yet in our busy working lives, inner city living and lack of space, more often than not, our four-legged friends get sorely neglected. But I have discovered the ultimate place in pooch pampering. From swingers to couples retreat is probably more like a grown-up look at relationships, perhaps. I mean, it must be probably less than flattering the fact that they had you in mind the whole time they're writing it, yeah?
It was a pretty nasty thing to do. You write a character as unattractive as that, and you call him Jason. It's pretty.
Yeah, we're thinking of you the whole time.
Right. I thought they were friends.
But you're also one of the actors that's navigated this very treacherous field from child actor to adult actor. Has that been a difficult journey for you?
Yeah, well, it hasn't been without its trips to the therapist's office, but you know, no pain, no gain. I mean,
What about on set? What was it like working with them on set?
It was a little nerve-wracking for me initially, just because I feel like I'm so lucky to be a part of this group, and I feel like I shouldn't be here.
Exotic locations isn't something new to you either, because forgetting Sarah Marshall, you guys did in Hawaii.
When I first met Russell on the audition, I said, "Who is this guy?"
Talking with Shane Emmett.
Good morning, David and Kim. I'm sitting on this Harvey Norman couch with the lovely Robin Parks, who's going to tell us all about the new television revolution. Robin, what is Freeview?
Shane, Freeview is a digital television service brought to you by the free-to-air networks.
And why are we being asked to switch to Freeview all of a sudden?
Well, from 2010 to 2013, the government's switching off the analogue television signal. So
completely altogether?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Shane Emmett's at Campbell's Cove in the Harbour City with a very special opportunity for you all.
Morning, Shane.
You still have those tickets in your hand.
David and Christy. How are you?
Good, thank you. And you?
Well, thank you very much. It's a buzz in the air here in Sydney. You can see the weather's fantastic, and by the scenes of chaos behind me, huge crowds, but they will come. Look, it's not the most fantastic weather here today, but we are braving it, and excited though because Martin Short is of course coming to Australia for the first time in his career, I believe. Now you hardly need to guess where I am this morning. It's one of the most recognisable streets in Australia. That's right, Ramsay Street. And here, like in millions of other homes around the country, people are trying to keep up with technology and weighing up their options when it comes to digital television. Now we've all heard about it, but what exactly is it?
Hi, Shane.
Hello, Shane.
Good morning, David. Good morning, Kim. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good,
That's
yes.
good.
You look like you're in the middle of it there.
Good. Yeah, look, I am. As you can see, I'm actually here at the Royal Easter Show and standing in a dairy farmer's farmyard nursery. You may well have guessed by looking around. And joining me right here is Michael Collins, who is in fact the general manager and the general expert on all things Easter Show. Good morning, Michael.
Morning, Shane.
Thank you for joining us.
Pleasure.
Tell us, Michael, how many years has the Easter Show been going for? You get off at Circular Quay, walk past the overseas passenger terminal, and I'm kind of right here. Now, all you have to do is come up to me and say, Shane Emmett is hot, can I have 2 tickets, please?
Could be waiting for a while.
Guarantee you. I might even get people to do the Three Amigos salute, because we don't just want to have any old hacks coming along. We want to see that you've got some sort of Martin Short expertise about you. Should I do a demo?
Yes, please.
All right, I think it was something like, huh. And I hope with a wide shot you got the huh, because that's quite important, really.
No, we missed that. Perhaps we could pull out and perhaps you could do that again. Every man would tell you beer is art. From the brewing to the pouring to the all-important drinking. And you know what? Turns out we're right. The Belgian beer cafe craze has taken over. Look, I believe there are diving pigs.
The racing and diving pigs. First show actually in about 10 minutes.
Oh, fantastic.
So we'll be running over there to see that.
So will we.
And they've been training hard.
Shane, can I butt in, Shane? What does
Of course, yes.
What does a diving pig actually do?
It hopscotches.
Excellent question. What does a diving pig actually do? I think we've got some curious listeners.
The diving pig, he runs up his little diving board and dives into a swimming pool.
So pigs do fly, it appears, David. Pigs do fly after all.
No, they fall and they hit the water.
I'm sure we'll make sure we catch a bit of that for you a bit later, all right? Well, I've got a restless little lamb here for Easter.
Of course, the wood chopping's the most popular event we've got.
There's wood chopping. That's a good point, because I actually had heard that that when wood chopping started, these guys used to get quite drunk, and maybe they didn't have the OH&S we do these days, but these guys would actually go out and chop, barely even able to stand on the logs. Is that true?
Well, OH&S rules have stopped all that, but absolutely sober these days.
Okay, no worries. I think that's all we've got time for. But look, thank you very much for joining us, Michael. Over to you. All right. Over here. Everybody's been camping one way or another, whether it's in the bush or in your own backyard in a hand-me-down tent that lets in more water than out.
or even in your lounge room with a blanket draped over a couple of chairs. Whatever the method, adventure is the essence that we seek, especially as kids. Can you carry that one together, Matt?
Yeah, we're going to carry this
Just pop it down here, girls. Although camping with kids is a different, perhaps more challenging experience than camping without them, it'd be unfair to keep your kids from experiencing a holiday that involves marshmallows and dirt.
Of course, it's not just about having fun. There's also an educational experience to be had as well. And you and the kids can milk a cow. So here we go. Farmer Jane's going to take me through the ropes.
Now, Shane, have you milked a cow before?
Never.
Right, well, I better introduce you to Daisy, our practice cow. Okay, now that's the udder. Here's the teats. Let's see your style.
All right. If you could sneak any animal home with you to take in your car, which one would it be?
Goats.
The goats. When it's time to get something to eat, don't forget there's over 10,000 pieces of fruit gorgeously displayed on show and hundreds of other stalls all eager for you to sample their wares, many of which are Australian produced.
That's correct. 40 years of operation.
And in 40 years, I believe there's been 100 marriage proposals right here on this Ferris wheel.
That's what we know of. Yes, that's exactly right.
Absolutely incredible. So what is it about the Ferris wheel that would actually cause people to want to propose?
So Lenny, here we are grooming Jericho. Can you take us through some of the spa treatments available here?
Yeah, sure. We do vanilla bean wraps. We do...
vanilla bean wrap. What's a vanilla bean wrap? The team here at Paw Paws really take a dog's eye view on every aspect of serious pooch pampering, where apparently no request is too much trouble. Olivia, so what are we making here?
Okay, well today we're going to do some mussels, and we're going to do a very nice and easy recipe, which is very Belgian recipe.
But it is a traditional Belgian recipe.
Absolutely traditional Belgian recipe. Right. We're going to take some very nice South Australian mussels. We're going to cook them in a little bit with vegetables and some wine broth. It's fantastic, very, very popular here.
Very simple.
Absolutely, very simple,
I love it.
Very tasty.
You're losing flavour as soon as it starts to oxidise.
And you control that size head with the paw.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
The Belgian beer cafes offer a fantastic range of food and a stylish and comfortable environment the whole family can enjoy. And on that note, I'm going to leave. There's a few more beers and flavours to get through, and I must suffer for my art. I should point out too, one of the other options, of course, is you can buy a brand new television as well.
Absolutely. You can go all out and get a high-definition digital television.
Did you hear that, Mrs. Emmett? All right. Look, thank you very much for talking to us, Rob.
Thanks, Shane.
Back to you, David and Kim.
All right, thank you both. And you can